Hello everyone, welcome back to Luke's Anime Talk, where I go over some of the most recent anime I've been watching. And for this video, we're looking at the newest Demon Slayer movie, which came out recently, called Demon Slayer to the Swordsmith Village, which is basically a special movie release that has a combination of Season 2 and also a special preview of episode of Season 3 as well. So I'll quickly go over my thoughts on it and the plot. So the plot of the film is basically, it's covering episodes 10 and 11 of Season 2, where it's the end of the Entertainment District arc, and we're fighting the two, I think it was Upper Six demons, and they end up defeating them, and we get the backstory of those demons, where the brother and sister basically are dying, and they say sorry to each other, and then Tanjiro's kind of saying goodbye to them as well. End up celebrating the win, and the town has been destroyed, and then we get a nice segue into Season 3, where Tanjiro's basically been in a coma for a couple of months, and he has to go to the Swordsmith village to get a new sword, because he broke his sword again, and he has to go get a new one. And we basically spend the episode looking around the village, meeting, I think her name is Mitsuri, who is the love Hashira, the pink-haired one. We meet her, we meet one of the other Demon Slayers, one of the newer ones that came up with Tanjiro. We get a snippet of a possible reveal of some other Hashiras and other important individuals staying in the village, which is set up for the rest of the season. So it did a good job of making at least me excited for the new season altogether. Okay, so I'll give my thoughts on some of the movie as well. There was a cool montage of Season 1 and the majority of Season 2 at the beginning of the film, with Mugen Train scenes and Entertainment District arc scenes, so they combined it all together. They had music and the openings playing in the background, kind of giving you a feel of, well, they've gone through this long journey and they're finally getting on as proper swordsmen. As ever, the music for both season recaps is just great. I love all the music in the Demon Slayer show. It's so awesome. It's so not breathtaking, but adrenaline inducing. It keeps you on the edge of your seat and you're always excited to listen to it. Seeing the final fight of Season 2 on the big screen was spectacular. I loved watching it originally when it came out, but seeing just the chaos of that final fight between the demon and the Sound Hashira was just absolutely crazy, and it was so cool. And I loved the absolute chaos of it. Episode 11 was a bit more downbeat and a bit quieter, but the fight beforehand in Episode 10 was just crazy, and it made such a spectacle on the big screen. The story doesn't wait around and follows straight from Season 2, so we get the final 2 episodes, and then it doesn't wait around. We get the credits, and then straight into Season 3, and we're basically a couple of months later, but it's pretty quickly paced. We get along with the story. The last third is the Season 3 preview, so as I mentioned, it's basically they've cut 3 episodes together and called it a film. I know a lot of people aren't going to like that as much. I was a bit confused at the start, because I knew it was going to be like a special kind of movie, but I didn't realise it was going to be basically 2 episodes and then a new one. Basically, the last third of the film is the Season 3 preview. I love the Swordsmith Village lore, with even people in the Demon Slayer Corps not knowing where it is. So basically, Tanjiro gets told, that he's getting taken there, and multiple people have to take him. He gets passed on to different people along the way to the village. He wears a blindfold, so no one actually knows where it is. And it's very secretive, because that's their only way of defeating the demons, the swords. So they have to make sure it's kept secret from literally everyone. You get to see Mitsuri, as I said, who's going to be heavily involved in the season. I assume she's going to be one of the Hashiras that ends up helping Tanjiro with the demons that we see at the Season 3 preview. We see all the upper demons. We see 1 through 5. They've all been summoned, and we basically find out that they're going to be involved, and they're going to go after Mitsuri and Tanjiro and all of these Demon Slayers. We get a small tease of the Miss Hashira. He's also in the Swordsmith village, and obviously he's going to get involved somehow as well, so that's going to be really cool, because we don't see much of him. He's a very quiet character, so it'd be cool to see what he's actually doing. And then I love seeing all the upper demons, as I mentioned, interact, and their varied personalities, especially Upper Demon 1 and 2, because Upper Demon 1 has a very similar look to the swordsman that seemed to have taught Tanjiro's father and possibly his ancestor. He's a very similar look, except for the face, obviously. Like, the hair is the same, he wears the same kind of clothes, so They could be related or the same person. We don't really know, but it's going to be interesting to find out. And the Upper Demon 2 is a very strange character. He's very happy, he's very smiley, but unnervingly happy. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays out in the rest of the story, because they seem very powerful. Because the Upper Demons 3 and below are powerful, obviously, but 1 and 2 seem like on another level. So it's going to be cool to see what happens with them later in the story. But unfortunately, as you would imagine, with this kind of like special preview kind of film, there's going to be some negatives. I understand it was meant to be a special more than a movie, but they literally cut and paste the last 2 episodes of season 2 with the first episode of season 3 and called it a day. They didn't do anything special. They just kind of like got those 2 episodes, got the new one, and then like cut it together, and that's it. And then called it a movie, and they didn't really do anything extra. They just did that and said, okay, there you go, enjoy. Including all the credits for each episode, making the whole show feel disjointed. So after each of the episodes, there was like different credits. I was like, why do that? Why not just have all of the episodes just roll together, and then at the end of that preview episode, just have all the credits for all 3 episodes? Because it just felt so like, oh yeah, we're literally watching 3 episodes instead of one continuous story. It would have been cool to maybe think outside the box and not just cut and paste these 3 together. And then the final drawback I thought was that just the same 2 episodes, there was no new footage, extended scenes, or different scenes altogether until that season 3 preview. So they just used those 2 ordinary episodes. There was no different scenes. They could have edited it differently maybe, or done something at least, but just kept it as the 2 original episodes and changed nothing. So it could have been cool to change it up for this movie presentation and have it as a nice like preview, as a special screening for people that went to the cinema to see it, as a special gift. You get to see a different scene or something. But no, it was just the same episodes, copy and pasted into this and called a movie, which is kind of unfortunate. But even though they are the same episodes, I did enjoy them, especially the fight scene in episode 10. It was awesome to see on a cinema screen, so I will say that. But overall, those are my thoughts on this film, I guess you could call it. But I had a fun time, at least. I know a lot of people are going to be annoyed. It's basically 2 old episodes with a preview. But overall, I had a fun time with it. The fight scenes, as you know, are great in Demon Slayer, so they played out even better on the big screen. And if you love Demon Slayer, if you love great action set pieces, you're going to love this at least. And then the preview was just the icing on top of it, because it's new footage of Demon Slayer, so you're going to love it either way. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to keep up to date with all future videos. Until next time, I will see you all later.